Hey everyone, welcome back to TechBit Academy. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're in software development, you already know the crazy intense pressure of a release cycle. Today, we aren't just rattling off testing jargon. We're breaking down the actual strategic, behind-the-scenes phases that ensure a build is rock solid before it ever reaches the user. By the end of this explainer, you are going to have a crystal clear understanding of how to apply the right test at the exact right time, maximizing both your app's stability and your team's sanity. Let's start with part 1, the software testing dilemma. Okay, let's dive into this, because this question right here, it represents the absolute nightmare scenario for any software team. Imagine you tweak one tiny line of code just to fix a super small issue, and suddenly, bam, the entire application comes crashing down. The stakes are incredibly high, and using the wrong testing method at the wrong time isn't just inefficient, it can literally lead to massive failures, totally frustrated users, and so much wasted time. So here's our roadmap for today. First, the software testing dilemma. Second, smoke testing as our first defense. Third, sanity testing for focused fixes. Fourth, regression testing for the big picture. And finally, comparing the testing types. All right, moving right along to section 2, smoke testing, your first line of defense. So what exactly is a smoke test? Notice the key words here, basic and critical. We are not doing a deep, thorough investigation at this stage. These tests are meant to be fast. We're talking rapid, shallow, surface-level checks. It's literally the absolute first line of defense immediately after a new build is deployed, just to make sure the major features are doing what they're supposed to do. It all boils down to one massive core question. Is it stable enough for further testing? This is a strict pass or fail moment. The smoke test dictates whether a new software build even survives to see another round of checks, or if it gets immediately rejected and kicked straight back to the developers. Picture this. Your team has just released a brand new build for a banking app. The smoke test looks a little something like this. First, does the app actually launch? Yes. Second, does the login screen work? Yes. Third, does the dashboard load? Yes. And fourth, does a basic transaction process? If the answer to even one of these basic steps is no, like say the dashboard just hangs on an endless loading screen, we reject the entire build. We stop testing right then and there. I mean, there is absolutely no point in running deep, complex tests if the user can't even get past the login screen, right? It's just a highly efficient gatekeeper. Which brings us to section 3, sanity testing for those focused fixes. Let's slow down the pacing here for a second, because the nature of the work completely shifts at this stage. Sanity testing is not a rapid-fire gatekeeper. It's methodical. It's highly focused. It only happens after receiving a specific bug fix or a minor update from the devs. We're no longer looking at the entire application. Instead, we are zooming way in on a very specific, narrow area of the code. So, the crucial point we're trying to answer here is this. Did this specific fix actually work, and did it not break related things? It's a highly targeted, localized investigation. To really visualize this, think about an e-commerce app where users were reporting a bug. A discount code just wasn't applying at checkout. The developer writes a fix and sends it back. Well, we don't test the whole app now. We don't check the search bar, and we definitely don't check the user profile settings. We run a sanity test right on this one focused area. Step 1, we verify if applying the discount actually works now. Step 2, we check if the total calculation updates correctly. Step 3, we make sure the related checkout flow remains totally unaffected. We're only checking the area impacted by the fix. It's precise, surgery-like testing. Moving on to our final, deepest stage. Section 4, regression testing, looking at the big picture. Now we are zooming all the way out. Regression testing requires a broad, sweeping look at the application. The goal here is comprehensive, full-depth verification. We need to be absolutely certain that adding new features or fixing those tiny bugs hasn't caused a massive ripple effect that accidentally destroyed existing functionality somewhere completely different in the app. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate late-night fear of every product manager right before launch. Did anything else break? It's the anxiety of the unknown. Sure, you fixed the roof, but did you accidentally crack the foundation while you were doing it? That is exactly what regression testing is designed to uncover. Think back to that developer who fixed the bug on the checkout page. The sanity test proved the fix worked. Great. But for the regression test?
We must test the entire user journey. We go all the way back to the very beginning. We test the login. We test adding items to the cart. We test the payment processing again. We even test the order history. Even though the developer literally only touched the checkout page, we must run this deep, wide-scope test across all existing features to ensure absolutely nothing else broke.
All right, let's pull all this together in Section 5, comparing the testing types. First up, let's directly juxtapose the two that constantly get mixed up, sanity testing and regression testing. It's all about the scope. Sanity testing is narrow. It's strictly focused on a specific feature or fix. Regression testing is wide. It encompasses all existing features. Basically, sanity is the magnifying glass and regression is the satellite view. Now, what's really interesting here is how these three stack up across the board. If we look at the purpose, Smoke asks, is it usable at all? Sanity asks, did this specific fix work? And regression asks, did anything else break? Moving to frequency, smoke testing is almost always used. Sanity is only used when needed after a fix, and regression is used strategically after fixes or new features. And finally, for depth, smoke is shallow and surface level. Sanity is focused on a specific area, and regression goes super deep for a full check. Having this structured view in your mind is incredibly powerful. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. When it comes to deploying your software, are you applying a structured life cycle, using smoke tests to gatekeep, sanity tests to verify fixes, and regression tests to ensure massive stability? Or are you just pushing code and hoping for the best? By understanding and applying these three distinct testing methods, you don't have to rely on hope anymore. You can rely on strategy. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps you build better, stronger software. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.